He thought Germany would become the safest part of his Europe trip. Beautiful cities, clean streets, organized systems, everything looked peaceful. Germany shock. A tourist named Bilal arrived in Berlin with excitement and confidence. This was his dream Europe vacation. For years, he saved money carefully. Flights booked early, hotels reserved months before arrival. Everything felt perfect, and honestly, the first few days felt incredible. He explored historic streets, visited famous landmarks, tried German restaurants, took photos everywhere, and every night, he told his family the same thing. Germany feels safe. But then something unexpected happened, and his nightmare was only beginning. One cold evening, Bilal started feeling extremely weak while walking near Alexanderplatz. At first, he ignored the symptoms. He believed it was exhaustion, or maybe dehydration. But within minutes, his breathing became difficult. His chest felt heavy. His hands started shaking, and suddenly, he collapsed near a crowded train station. People quickly gathered around him. Someone called emergency services immediately. Everything happened fast. German paramedics arrived within minutes. Bilal slowly regained consciousness inside the ambulance. Bright lights surrounded him. Questions were asked rapidly. Medical history, pain levels, travel details, insurance information. And honestly, Bilal struggled understanding everything happening around him. Fear slowly entered his mind. Because everything suddenly felt real. The ambulance rushed through Berlin streets. Sirens echoed loudly. Bilal still believed everything would become manageable, because Germany looked modern and professional. But then something shocking happened. The hospital staff asked an unexpected question. "Do you have proper travel insurance?" Bilal confidently showed his insurance documents. At first, he felt relieved. The policy looked official. Professional logos, formal wording, printed coverage information. Everything seemed normal. But then the real problem started later. The hospital staff carefully reviewed the policy, and suddenly, their expressions changed. Weak emergency coverage, limited hospital support, low medical limits, and hidden exclusions. At that moment, Bilal realized something terrifying. His insurance might not fully protect him at all. Doctors immediately started emergency treatment, blood tests, heart monitoring, emergency scans, medication, observation. Everything moved quickly. And honestly, the hospital looked extremely professional. Bilal felt safe physically, but emotionally, panic slowly replaced comfort, because his financial fear was only beginning. Several hours later, hospital staff delivered the first estimated medical bill, more than 8,000 euros. Bilal stared at the paper silently. He believed there had been a mistake, but there was no mistake. Germany provides advanced healthcare, but advanced healthcare becomes extremely expensive for tourists without strong insurance support. Most travelers never realize this before visiting Europe. Bilal checked the estimate repeatedly. Ambulance charges, emergency room fees, medical testing, specialist consultations, observation costs, medication fees. Everything carried separate pricing. And honestly, his total bill was only getting worse. Fear completely entered his mind now. He checked his bank account repeatedly. Not enough money. He checked his cards. Still not enough. And suddenly, the beautiful Germany trip no longer mattered. Only survival mattered now. Most tourists focus on flights, hotels, restaurants, tourist attractions. Very few travelers study travel insurance carefully. And honestly, that mistake becomes dangerous during emergencies abroad, especially in expensive healthcare systems. Bilal slowly realized something painful. The biggest mistake happened before the trip even started. Trying to save money on insurance. That one decision changed everything later. Meanwhile, another tourist inside the same hospital experienced a completely different situation. His name was Daniel. Daniel also faced a medical emergency during his Germany trip. But Daniel purchased strong travel insurance before traveling. Full emergency coverage, hospital coordination support, emergency hotline assistance, and direct hospital payment systems. Immediately, his insurance company communicated with hospital staff directly. Most major costs were already being handled. Daniel focused on recovery. Bilal focused on fear and money. That emotional comparison became impossible to ignore. One traveler experienced panic. The other experienced protection. One feared debt. The other felt emotionally safe. And honestly, that difference came from one decision before the flight: cheap insurance or proper protection. Most travelers search online using one dangerous phrase: cheapest travel insurance. That simple decision creates hidden risks later, because cheap insurance often focuses on price, not real emergency support. And during real emergencies abroad, those weaknesses become terrifyingly clear. Bilal called his family late at night. His voice sounded weak. He tried explaining everything calmly, but even he struggled understanding how quickly costs increased. Every hour created more stress. Every treatment added more charges. And honestly, his nightmare was only beginning. Doctors recommended additional overnight observation, more testing, further specialist evaluations, and suddenly, the estimated bill increased again. Fear completely controlled his thoughts now. Most tourists never imagine hospitals during vacations. That feels normal. People imagine beautiful memories, historic cities, luxury hotels, adventure, not emergency rooms, not medical fear, not financial panic. But emergencies happen unexpectedly everywhere, even in safe countries like Germany, and preparation becomes extremely important when they happen. Bilal barely slept that night. Questions filled his mind constantly. Would insurance reject more claims? How high would the final bill become? Would he return home with debt? Could he even afford treatment? The emotional pressure became unbearable. And sadly, this happens to tourists more often than people realize. Most travelers never discuss these experiences publicly. They only post vacation photos online: smiles, restaurants, luxury shopping, tourist attractions. Nobody posts hospital fear. Nobody posts financial panic abroad, because those moments feel deeply personal and terrifying. Travel insurance is not just paperwork. It is emergency protection, financial protection, mental protection, and emotional protection. Most travelers only understand this after problems begin. Unfortunately, Bilal became one of them. Germany attracts millions of tourists every year. Beautiful architecture, safe transportation, strong international reputation, modern healthcare. But many travelers underestimate medical costs for visitors, especially emergency healthcare. Ambulance fees become expensive quickly. Emergency room treatment becomes expensive quickly. Specialist consultations become expensive quickly. And without strong insurance, tourists face those costs personally. Daniel's situation remained calm throughout recovery. His insurance company coordinated everything professionally. Hospital staff handled treatment smoothly, and emotionally, he felt protected. That emotional difference became more important than the money itself, because stress during emergencies destroys peace very quickly. Protection creates calm, and calm becomes priceless during crises abroad. Bilal eventually asked hospital staff something painful: "What happens if I cannot pay immediately?" The silence that followed terrified him, because emergencies abroad create real financial consequences, and honestly, that fear changes people emotionally very quickly. The beautiful Germany vacation disappeared from his mind completely. Only fear remained now. Fear and uncertainty. Most tourists assume nothing bad will happen. That assumption feels natural during vacations. But emergencies never ask for permission first. One illness, one accident, one unexpected moment, and everything changes instantly. That's why smart preparation matters before international travel, especially for first-time travelers. Bilal slowly realized something shocking. The hospital cared more about financial guarantees than tourist excitement. And honestly, that reality felt emotionally brutal, because international healthcare systems work differently for visitors. Tourists often require strong insurance protection or private payment support. Most travelers never understand this before emergencies happen personally. Travel insurance policies often hide dangerous details: low emergency limits, weak hospital coordination, restricted treatment categories, complicated reimbursement systems, and hidden exclusions. Most travelers never read those details carefully, because the policy looks official, but official appearance does not guarantee real protection. That misunderstanding creates dangerous situations later, especially during emergencies abroad. Bilal eventually received another updated estimate: additional observation, more testing, extended monitoring, and the bill continued increasing. At that moment, he stopped thinking like a tourist. Now he only thought about survival and debt. Most travelers underestimate emotional stress during medical emergencies abroad, until it happens personally. That stress changes everything. Sleep disappears, confidence disappears, peace disappears, and suddenly, vacations become nightmares emotionally. Daniel later explained something important. Before traveling, even he thought strong insurance felt expensive. But during emergencies, the protection became priceless. That realization shocked Bilal deeply, because now he understood the true difference between cheap paperwork and real protection. Many tourists continue making the same dangerous mistake today, choosing insurance based only on price. That habit creates hidden risks everywhere, and unfortunately, those risks appear during the worst possible moments. Medical emergencies, hospital visits, travel disruptions, financial crises abroad. Germany's healthcare system is advanced, fast treatment, professional doctors, modern hospitals. But advanced healthcare often creates expensive costs for uninsured tourists, especially emergency treatment costs. That's why preparation matters more than travelers realize. Before traveling internationally, tourists should always verify emergency medical coverage, hospital support, ambulance protection, coverage limits, claim assistance, and provider reputation. Because not all insurance policies provide real protection. Some only create temporary comfort until emergencies begin. Bilal later admitted something painful. He said, "I thought I was saving money, but I almost destroyed my entire trip." That sentence explains the hidden danger many travelers ignore today. Cheap insurance feels smart before vacations, but during emergencies, the financial reality becomes terrifying. And honestly, many tourists only learn these lessons through painful experiences, through fear, through panic, through financial stress. Travel emergencies affect more than finances. They affect confidence, mental stability, emotional safety, and future travel decisions. That's why awareness matters, education matters, and smart preparation matters more than ever before, especially during international travel. Most tourists visiting Europe assume healthcare systems will automatically help everyone equally. But tourist healthcare works differently, and misunderstanding that reality creates dangerous financial pressure later. Bilal eventually recovered physically, but emotionally, the experience changed him completely. Every future trip now feels different for him. More careful preparation, better insurance research, smarter planning. Because fear taught him lessons excitement never could. And honestly, many travelers never understand travel risks until problems happen personally. That's why stories like this matter. Because awareness prevents future mistakes, and preparation prevents future nightmares. Imagine two travelers again. Same country, same emergency, completely different emotional realities. One experiences panic, the other experiences peace. One fears debt, the other feels protected. That difference begins before the flight, with preparation and smart decisions. Travel insurance should always include emergency hospitalization, ambulance support, medical imaging, specialist consultations, emergency coordination support, and strong medical coverage limits. Because emergencies abroad happen unexpectedly, and financial panic destroys vacations instantly. Bilal eventually left the hospital physically stable, but emotionally exhausted. The Germany trip he once called peaceful became unforgettable for completely different reasons: fear, stress, debt concerns, and regret. All because of one simple decision before traveling: choosing weak protection instead of real protection. Most tourists visiting Germany continue making dangerous assumptions. They believe safe countries mean safe trips. But safety and emergencies are completely different things. Even peaceful countries have medical issues, unexpected illness, emergency treatment, hospital costs, and financial risks for tourists. That's why preparation matters everywhere, especially during international travel. Bilal returned home safely eventually, but emotionally, the experience changed his understanding of travel forever. Every future trip now begins differently. More awareness, more preparation, more caution. Because emergencies abroad taught him painful lessons permanently. And honestly, many travelers only learn these lessons the hard way, through fear, through panic, through financial pressure. But smart preparation can prevent those nightmares before they happen. Before traveling internationally, always ask yourself one important question. If an emergency happens tomorrow, will my insurance truly protect me? Because that answer can completely change your future abroad. Subscribe to Global Policy Guide for travel safety, visa updates, insurance awareness, and real travel risk stories.